Well, blockchain today is very much familiar and utilized in the financial supply chain, but there are implications in processes like procurement, sourcing goods, selecting suppliers. So the value of the blockchain is the possibility of storing information that remains valid forever. And so sourcing suppliers that have been ranked and the information is put on the blockchain can certainly be much more valid than trusting a third party. Exchanging purchase orders and information with suppliers has much more value and much more robustness than just being exchanged where you have a third party that certifies. It's valid, but of course the potential of the blockchain is much more than what current systems allow. And specifically, I would say the last point that it should be considered is the fact that you have all parties that are involved in a procure to pay, which is not only the supplier and the buyer, but you also have intermediaries. You have also certifying organizations. You also might have other companies that have been working with that supplier before. And if that information is stored in the blockchain, it remains immutable, cannot be changed. And when conditions change, it will immediately change. And so the information that comes to who has to deal with that supplier is much more valid, much more robust, and much more trustworthy than what it is today. I have been participating in several Exchange summits, and I have to say I have missed the last, I think, 2 or 3 because they were still very much focused on electronic invoicing. What I find very valid this year, and I'm sure for the years coming, is that while electronic invoicing still and rightfully remains at the center, but it's interesting to see what are the connections, how can the use of electronic invoicing expand from just facilitating those processes. So topics like supply chain finance, but also like a possible adoption of blockchain in procure to pay and looking at other aspects, regulatory regimes. I think that the Exchange Summit is the place where you want to go to understand if you are thinking of implementing electronic invoicing, why you should do it, and if you had already implemented and asking what is the next steps, here's where you can get the right answers.